Let's look at today training frequency. Now, when it comes to training frequency, there are three parameters which we need to focus on. One is intensity and how brief is the workout, and thirdly, the training has to be infrequent. Now, that's what Mike Mentzer proposes. Now, I have tried various training methods. Now, when it comes to high intensity training, these are the three cornerstones which you have to focus on. Now, especially the intensity, because it is intense, it cannot be anything but brief. The workout can only be brief when you train with such intensity. Now, again, intensity is something which is different for different people. For me, it might be different. For somebody who is an advanced bodybuilder, it will be different. For somebody who's natural training for 2 years, it might be different. So it varies. Now, since the intensity is intense, it has to be infrequent. Now, what are the questions we need to look at? How intense is the workout? So when you say how intense is the workout, you have to look at how many sets and how many reps, right? How brief is what's the duration of the workout that you would need, whether you train whole body or you split it into upper and lower, or you follow any of Mentzer's training program, right? So you have to understand how brief would it end up being, because it's intense. Now, the next question is how infrequent. I think most of the question or the what do I say? The confusion falls in how intense and how infrequent. Now, how infrequent is directly related to your recovery. Now, somebody might recover within 2 days of workout, somebody might take 4 days, or somebody might recover in a day. It varies from person to person. Again, as I said, the way it depends on the genetics to put on the muscle, depending on their muscle bellies and things like that. Same way, recovery ability is different for different person, right? So logically speaking, if your training is very intense, let's say heavy and and very intense, then obviously you would take more time to recover is to compensate or replenish what you have already spent, like in terms of be it energy or the calories, right? So you have to first, once your workout is done, you have to recover, and then the progress happens. So when you work out, it's just a stimulation, right? It's just a breakdown of muscles. Once you're done working out, that's when your body starts to grow. So working out or the intensity is the stimulant, and the recovery or the infrequency aids the uh, development of your body or putting on of the muscle. Again, depends on the genetics. So first, let's understand, we don't grow when you work out, but we grow when we recover. So one way to check, personally for me, how I could monitor, or what I did was to check how well have I recovered from workout to workout, and have I progressed in terms of reps and weights. Has my strength increased? Assuming all the other parameter remain same, the intensity and the nutrition and the diet and things like that. So that's one of the way I look at it. And if you train very intensely today, there is no point training tomorrow. There has to be infrequency, or it's, I mean, if you were to train moderately, right, then yes, you can go on maybe 2 days at a stretch or 3 days at a stretch. But if you train really intensely, then you would have to train maybe like at least after 2 days. You have to, after you train, you take 2 days off, then you come back, then you train. So training 3 days a week or at the most 4 days a week is ample. Now again, depends on your recovery ability. So if you take more days, then maybe 2 days a week or 3 days a week should be sufficient. So as I said, in order to judge that, you have to monitor your progress workout to workout, and your the progress in terms of strength, and also in terms of the muscle, the way you put on the muscle. So that was based on my personal observation and experience. Hope you liked the video. There are other videos on high intensity which I have done, where I have shared my diet and also what Mensa suggested. Please subscribe and like the button. Thank you.